along, if rehearsal is any indication.
Yeah, that'll be cool though.
Yeah.
You know, and you find out they don't give people a shot in the band, and who knows, people in the audience, I'm sure they've always loved to kind of jump up and want to sing with you.
I was thinking of like, instead of the problem of having to work with bouncers and all that, just have like an open mic. You just have it right there, and it's like, you know, you have to sort of get, each guy gets one chance for one song, and just have like, you know, a guest background vocalist for every tune.
Yeah, that is the key. That'd be really interesting to do a show like that, wouldn't it?
Who knows?
Be a trip, and then you have your sound guy making sure if it's really bad, he's just
cranks it up.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, we're going to play a clip off the Replacements' 1985 album, Tim. What an album this was! And here it is. Here's "Bastards of Young" on 120 Minutes. Hi, I'm Matt Pinfield. This is the second 60 minutes of MTV's 120 Minutes. The next hour, the Los Angeles band Goldfinger will be stopping by to talk with us. We'll have brand new videos from the Cardigans and Love in Reverse. Right now, we're going to talk more with Paul. Paul's here, Paul Westerberg. Paul, Tommy actually ended up playing on the album, too, on eventually the new record, Trumpet Clip, he's on. And was that kind of like you guys interacting again, kind of like what you did for him with Bash and Pop, and just a fun thing? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it was just totally natural. I was there, and I called him, and he stopped down, and I don't even know if he brought his bass or if we just had one laying around, but it's like he didn't need to know what key it was in or anything musically. He just came in and, you know, pointed him over there, and we just banged away. But the fun thing was when we rented the horns and he played the trombone and I was playing sax. So
yeah.
That's like the stuff we used to do. That's what was fun with the Replacements, when we used to just play instruments we didn't know how to play and play songs we didn't know how. That's where the real fun was, when it got to be like, okay, you got to play your big song now. That wasn't any fun. But.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I remember you doing T-Rex song Raw Ramp live, which is like one of my all-time favorite B-sides of T-Rex, and it was great. It seemed to me like, even with that and Another Girl on Another Planet, when you were picking up stuff, were those kind of things where you would play on different instruments when you were, you know, when you guys would actually rehearse those things, or, you know, I'm curious.
Sure. I mean, heck, I think we tried to cut a couple of records that way. I mean, Hootenanny was cut. You know, the engineer couldn't see us because he was in a mobile truck. You know, I think I was playing drums and Chris was playing guitar, and he's like, let's just see if he can tell if it's not us playing the right instruments. He didn't know. You know?
Is that how Mr. Whirly was recorded?
Probably Mr. Whirly, definitely Hootenanny itself.
Yeah. What an album, too. Color Me Press, those songs are just amazing. But anyway, you know, hey, you know what I mean? You keep it going. A lot of great stuff over the years. I love it. And, you know, we're going to come back in a minute, too. Next, we got the latest from Girls Against Boys. This is the first clip off their third album, House of Girls Against Boys. And here's Superfire on 120 Minutes. Love Billy's hairstyle. Now, I'm at Pinfield. This is Paul Westerberg with me. Paul, you know, we're going to be wrapping things up. You know, I mean, I know you've heard it 100 times before, but I mean, it's true. Replacements were a very influential band. I mean, as you were living it, going through it, I'm sure it maybe didn't feel that way. And you guys really were influential, I think, in a lot of ways, because you really were just living it. I mean, it was all about the love of the music and the passion and kind of just taking it there. I mean, from the songwriting to, you know, the whole feel of the records to your shows. I mean, that was pretty evident. How does it feel looking back on that now? Just having to know that you've influenced a lot of bands. And I mean, obviously, you wrote "We Are the Normal" for the Goo Goo Dolls and Superstar Car Wash, and you know they've been very influenced by you guys as well as a lot of other bands. How does that sit with you now?
I don't mind it. It's just that if the Replacements would form today, they wouldn't sound like the Replacements, because that would be the easy way. We took the hard way. We took the way we went where there was no door, and you know, we tried to kick the wall down and couldn't. But I think 10, 15 years later, people are acclimated to that style, and mainly the people who were in college radio when we started have moved on to other things, and they go back to maybe sign groups that remind them of the Mats and you know, the Liars and Husker Du and stuff. And it's not dangerous now. You know, it was dangerous for us to do that. If we were to do it now, it's not, and that was the excitement for us.
Right. You know, it was kind of like there was a very us and them period.
We weren't
there.
supposed to do it. We weren't supposed to sound like that. We used to have guys at the record company yelling at us to, like, clean up the music and don't be so rude and don't do this. And now it's like, you know, what, can you turn up the guitars and can you know, cuss someone out? And, you know, it's like, all right, how tired is that?
Yeah, exactly. It's now like people are asking you to try and do that and recut it. That's got to be sometimes, I mean, just a little annoying or frustrating. But I mean, it's cool because you're being true to yourself. And
I mean, I enjoy the notoriety that the bands who've learned from the Mats have given the Mats and myself, and you know that I'm flattered. But it's. You know, the original was the best. That's an arrogant statement, but it's true. It
was a great time. All the way from like the early singles like Customer and Stink.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all that. Crazy, you know, just great stuff. But anyway, Paul, thanks a lot for coming and hanging. And good luck with the tour. I'm psyched to see it. I bet it'll be really cool. There'll be a lot of surprises coming out.
But the drummer's going to be good.
Yeah, that's cool. And eventually, you know, of course, is the name of the new album, and it's out right now, so people can check it out. Right now, we got a brand new one from a Swedish band called The Cardigans. Their second album is titled Life. The first clip off it is for a song